when you're feeling down and like your world's moving slow. Just remember your race, it moves at your pace when marching towards your goals. And brighter than the stars. Don't take impossible, nothing is impossible. You're brighter than the stars. An angel, 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 soaring like an eagle, eagle, eagle. Nothing is impossible. Don't take impossible. You're brighter than the stars.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Talking with 3D right here on Plushwork TV. I am here with my girl, OC Flo is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. This is our Hot Topic segment where we sip the coffee and spill the tea. And we got a lot of tea to spill today. So I am so excited to do this show. This is really one of our first Hot Topic shows to do. And I could not do it with anyone else except OC Flo. So OC, thank you for joining me today. You all decorated, got all your medals and everything behind you like you are in the Olympics, girl. You looks like you've been doing some work.
Hello?
Tell them about it. Tell them about it.
Well, hello, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. OC Flo in the house, and I decided to stand in front of my trophies.
Yes.
These are things that were earned, okay? This is hard work, dedication. This is hours and hours and hours and hours. There's hours of sitting and waiting and sweating, okay? This is some of the trophies that my kids have accumulated and some of mine as well through my Taekwondo journey. So I just decided to sit in front of it to just show you what decorated athletes look like, okay?
And you too, ladies and gentlemen, can have one of those by going on Amazon for $9.99. You too can have a decorated shelf behind you as well.
You're absolutely right. But see, baby, the difference between the one at Amazon, mine are weighted.
Yours are weighted.
Mine are weighted, okay? Mine got weight to it. Man, thank you so much for having me back on 3D. This is amazing. It's so much juiciness and stuff going on in the world right now. I'm so excited.
So much going on. We're just going to really just get right into it because, I don't want to waste this time. Listen, the first thing that we do have to talk about is because the fact that January 6th was such a just changed history in life. January 6th was such a big day for the world, and it was embarrassing. It was it just changed everything, the way that the way that we saw how Democrats, how Republicans, how we worked together, that we did not work together, how things just fell apart over one man did not want to relinquish power. They did not want to do it. And there has been several different hearings going on, but the most powerful one that I've seen so far is that one of the ex-aides, the former Trump chief of staff, Mark Meadows, Cassidy Hutchinson, revealed how then President Donald Trump and his inner circle were warned about the potential for violence on January 6th, and how Trump wanted to join the thrones of his supporters. He wanted to join them at the U.S. Capitol, and there was the testimony that was given today. The young lady is 29 years old, and for her to be put in a position where the things that she had to go through, and she was telling us how then President Trump would throw things, food, stuff against the walls because he was mad and flipping violent things that he, was trying to stop them. He wanted to go and join the supporters, and they said, no, you are going back to, back to the Oval Office. He tried to stop him, putting his hands around the man's neck, allegedly, putting his hands on the steering wheel to stop them. His security team. This man, I tell you, and I just have to say it, it was such an evil, the way that he thought to me is just evil, because he wanted to make so much destruction on January 6th, just to stop what was happening.
Well, here's the thing. Remember, his niece had came out. I don't know if you remember,
Yes.
his niece had came out and was trying to warn us. She
Yes.
had came out and talked about how he was really mentally unstable. And she was a therapist, I believe, or a counselor or some. She's in the psychological field. But she had come out and started sharing stories and sharing about his behavior, erratic behavior, narcissistic behavior. So she had already kind of told us. But I don't know if we believed her or not. But now, like, as I'm sitting here and we're recording, we cannot get this off the radio. We cannot get it off the televisions. We cannot get it off of social media.
Yeah.
Yes, guys,
and it was,
guess what?
it happened. It was Mary Lee Trump. Mary Lee Trump wrote a book, and she's been on several different media stations and telling the world about this man, Donald Trump. And a lot of people try to discredit her. A lot of people say she's just trying to gain fame. She told us so much about who this person, Donald Trump, was, about his father and how they grew up. And again, people did not want to listen. She wrote a book, Mary Trump's Too Much and Never Enough, wrote that book. And it was, I don't know if it was a tell-all, but it was how my family created the world's most dangerous man.
Because, and that's the power behind that, right? Is that it just wasn't the responsibility, or one person isn't accountable. But just think about how we enable people, right?
Yes.
And we talk about people having yes men in their corner and not really having people a part of their team that's willing to say, hey, you know what, that doesn't really make sense. Or you know what, maybe we should evaluate, but we do contribute and create these monsters. And then we sit back and we don't want to be accountable as well. But I really appreciated her very early on. Like, that's who I always think. I'm thinking about her now as I listen and I find out some of these astonishing things. And I really hope that the American people, especially now with Roe versus Wade being overturned, I really hope that they wake up and realize that, yes, we're talking to you. Like, I think a lot of people are oblivious, especially people that don't look like us, right?
Right.
Especially, I think you're oblivious. I think they're coming after everything. We're talking to you. You see this right here? We're talking to you. Like the unification. Like, I don't know if you heard about Robert Guido. He went and he is protesting Roe. I know we haven't got to that topic yet, but I wonder, is he still on the top of the Douglas Bridge?
Yeah.
Did you hear about him?
I see.
He's still up there. Is he still up there waiting on cookies and iced tea?
Right.
What's happening?
Right. And with him, it's just like, why? What is the agenda?
Well, someone climbed a crane today. That's what I'm hearing about on social media. Someone climbed the crane and then they're waving the green. That's the green. And you know what? To be quite honest, as I was choosing my wardrobe for this beautiful platform that we do look so beautifully nice.
I know, because all of a sudden, like, we are flowing. You got purple. We didn't even plan. It's just something that we just did. That's the OC flowing you.
Yeah, I mean, this is what happens. But I communicated. I said, let's wear something bright. But I thought about that. I thought about the green, because the green is in solidarity with, Roe versus Wade, the overturning of it. So I wanted to wear something that was in solidarity of that, because I am a woman. And you know what? Even though I am in the place in my life where I'm not electing nor choosing to have any more children, right? I do have 2 daughters, and I have a lot of beautiful people that I know that this will impact tremendously.
That's right.
So I know, I know we haven't shifted gears yet.
No, that's fine. We can shift right into it, because I want people with this hearing that's going on. I want people, and even with the Roe versus Wade, we'll get into that, but I want people to, if you are a Trump supporter, you're a Trump supporter. I'm not trying to change your mindset of how you think. That's what makes America great. You're allowed to have your thoughts, But I hope that you listen. That's the key thing, is that you listen, because there's so much information that has been given out behind the scenes that we haven't heard. So therefore, these are Trump's people. These are not Democrats. They're not forcing them to say, these are Trump's people, that right-hand people that worked with him day after day. They are in the circle. And when they're coming out now with the text messages and all the simple letters that have been written and the phone calls and everything, you have to listen, ladies and gentlemen. You can't sit there and say it didn't happen. This is how you get brainwashed, is because of the fact that you believe one person and you don't listen to the facts. And you have to take your time and listen to the facts. And then because CNN is not telling everything, Fox News tells the truth. It's not about what channel it is or what station it is. Right now, you're watching Talking with 3D, and we are just telling you to be open-minded. Yes. Open-minded about what you hear and come to your conclusion. But the conclusion is, the man was wrong.
No, baby, he was, as my mom would say, he was wronger than 2 left feet.
Yes.
I mean, but this was the person that he was the commander in chief. And when you think about he was in a position, and the crazy part I keep thinking about, Derek, you want to know something? He really didn't want to win. Like, I go back to intent, right? What did he really do this for? And so on one hand, it's like,
because he wanted to be another Putin. He wanted to be in there for life.
He wanted the power. But then on the other hand, I hope this inspires people to never give up on themselves, to keep pursuing, especially if you think you are worthy, especially if you first of all, you should always feel as though you're worthy and deserving, but especially when you don't think, because I've been in positions where I'm like, dang, how did I even get here? Like, I don't even know if I'm really that qualified for the position. But I hope that seeing all this happen, I hope you see that don't give up. Persevere.
That's right.
Keep advocating for yourself, because he did not even want to win. Like, him winning, he was like shook. He was like, oh shoot, what do I do now? I won. Oops.
Right. Well, the thing is, like what you're saying is that because it was told that he thought it, like, what? I won? Yeah. He did not believe it himself that he had won.
That we, right? Just think about that. He didn't believe, like, were they that crazy to vote me as the commander in chief? Like, I'm about to control the military?
Right.
Okay. Let me get all my friends. Let me get all my gangster friends.
And that's what it was.
That's like me calling little Ronnie down to hang out in front of surgeon quarters. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Right.
I want you to come be the Secretary of Transportation. But guess what? Let me say something. Little Ronnie know how to run. If you know how to run this block, he can run train, he can run the street. I bet you can run these metro cars and these trail lines.
That's right. And that's the people that he had. And every other week, it was dropping like flies. He's like, okay, well, you can't do it. Oh, where's Samuel at? Oh, Uncle Sam.
It was almost like, I really feel as though there were moments where he was just like, he had a deck of cards with people's names on it. He would just throw it. And whatever lands on the eagle of the rug in the Oval Office, whatever land on his beak, that's when he's going to get the next.
He would call and say, see if their number's still working. Call them up.
I mean, it's been, you know what? And I just,
it was a joke.
The end game to this, I really do hope in my heart is that there is some type of repercussion. There has to be.
Oh, yes, right.
A repercussion.
It does.
For him, all his cronies, all these people. It has to be repercussions, because guess what? If there is no repercussions, the next generation and generation after, they're going to look at us and they're going to laugh.
They're going to laugh at our democracy, because it means
disgusting.
Nothing. It means nothing. Anybody can be president of the United States, and it means nothing.
It means nothing. It's like the qualification. Like, what is the qualification after this?
Right.
Like, what are the qualifications again? Like,
the qualifications are, I need to have a reality TV show, and have 4 wives, and you know, talk bad about people and everything, you too can be president.
You too. Which grabbing people's, let me not say that. I'm not gonna say that.
Because I was about to say it too, but we ain't gonna say it. Listen, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on.
That, you grab the presidency and you shake.
Right.
No, okay.
Check it all about. And that's, you do the hokey pokey, honey. Listen.
3D. This is 3D right here, baby. This is 3D. You see how that works? 3D.
Tell you, let me tell you. Let's jump once again. If you're just tuning in, I'm right here with OC Flow. You are watching Talking with 3D. We are just talking hot topics. We are sipping the coffee and spilling the tea today. That's what we are doing. The Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade. And it's a shock to me. It's a shock to me how we can tell women how to control their bodies. And it sickens me to my heart that why are men, and I have to say, why are men trying to tell women what to do with their bodies? And if that was the case, why don't you tell every man to go out there? If you're producing all these children, there's a lot of men out here producing all these children with different women. Okay, then you need to go have a vasectomy. You need to, put them on a pill where they can't produce sperm and have children.
It really crushes my spirit.
With it, it does.
It crushed, like it was, and I remember, like, at the appointed time, like I had walked into the bedroom and I was like, what?
Really?
I was like, that didn't happen. And I had to go to my phone and go to media outlets and confirm. It was like the boulder of like a meteor. Like I'm really trying to really explain to you as a woman that went through some rather challenging labors. I'm gonna say that. Pregnancy is great, but labors, right? And almost having to come to that option of choosing mine versus my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like going through that, it crushed a part of me that I didn't even. It leaves me speechless. Because I think about I have cousins and I have family that was the result of rape, right? I know that. Incest. In my family, right? They were here as a result, but then I don't. For those who had that choice, but I think about that's not going to stop. Sex is not going to stop.
It's not going to stop, right?
So what do we do now? We can't even take care of the kids that are here that need help, that need food, that need shelter, that need parental guidance. We can't do that. What are we about to do? Because now it feels like they're trying to move into a place where maybe they're going to try. Remember, like China can say you only can have one kid. Are they trying to put those type of restrictions?
See,
communists.
That's what we become a communist country, and that's what's sad. What it means, and a lot of people, if you're not up to date, and I'd be surprised if everyone doesn't know, Roe versus Wade is the landmark ruling that limited government restrictions on abortion. It will allow states to change access to abortion, allowing state legislations to pass laws banning abortions prior to fetal viability. Blue states, however, are looking to expand access to abortion. So what it now does is that also it leaves each state to mandate their own laws on abortions. But again, that takes, it takes some time. So it depends on how quickly state laws would change versus state to state.
Well, it's not going to stop with Roe. It's not going to stop with just abortion. Now they're trying to get into the contraceptives. And now they're even trying to come into my bedroom. I'm like, what is really happening? Like, and you know what? And I think about something I saw on Instagram, Taraji P. Henson, big up to Taraji HUBET Awards, hosting all of that good stuff. She's a Washingtonian stand-up. Okay, I always gotta live love to my Washingtonians, right? But she had talked about wanting to move to another country, right? She talked about wanting to live outside of the United States because she said it's just so hard and it's too heavy to be a Black woman here. Like the injustices are not stopping. And I share that not because it's going to be better. The grass doesn't mean it's always greener. Right. However, right here in Canada, which is to the north of us, right, I heard it's really not that bad. I mean, I'm just saying, we got free healthcare. Right. We're right across the board. I mean, we still can get all 4 seasons, depending on what part of Canada you're moving to. That's right. I mean, there's jobs, opportunities. I mean, it's getting to the point where we are. What is democracy? Like,
what is it? What is it? What is it? And it's sad for our children because then we're trying to teach our children what democracy is, but it's hard to explain now. It's hard to get our children. I feel for our children, and we've said this from generation to generation that it gets hard. But these times, it's amazing in our adulthood to see what our children have to go through. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break, and we know we've laid a lot on you so far. But we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come right back. We've got so much more to talk about the BET Awards. I want to talk about the men's hoochie shorts because they are here and they are wearing them.
They made their way back.
Well, okay. We're going to come back, but don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. You are watching OC Flow, and I am Derek DeRozix right here. I'm talking with 3D on Poshwork TV. Go get a snack. Come right back. See you in a minute.
Okay, I want to go over an email that you sent out the other day to your superior that we thought was a little inappropriate, okay?
Okay.
All right. So it reads as follows. First of all, I don't know who you are talking to, but if you wanted something done a particular way, then you should have done it. I do not get paid enough to do my job, your job, and their job. Find you another slave. It is 2022. This company pays us the bare minimum, so I give them their bare minimum. When I come to work each day, I do my job. And when I go home, I'm at home. Don't call me. Don't text me. I'm not Kim Possible. Don't call me. Beat me if you want to reach me. On my off day, I am not available at all. Period. Yeah, that was me. What's next? Huh? What do you mean? I meant it. What am I supposed to be saying to that? I wrote it. I sent that.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again. We are with OC Flow right here. We are doing hot topics where we are sipping the coffee and spilling the tea. As you see, OC Flow, she's got her medals and decoration all behind her. Let me tell you something. She has been one of those. I know you've probably been different states and country, all the kinds of all those.
I've traveled the world, darling. I have been all over. I have traveled with the likes of all of the good people.
Yeah, drink your drink real quick.
I'm drinking my water, y'all. Come on, y'all. Y'all have to keep it together.
Yeah, hey, come on.
No, maybe towards the end of the show, I switch you to vodka, but you'll never know.
What goes on with talking for 3D stays with 3D, okay? Let me tell you something. Y'all got to go and watch OC on Facebook and Instagram and everything. And she'll be on there doing her steaming her face and giving you motivational talks and skills and everything. I'm telling you, you'll be so inspired and motivated by the time you get off of there.
But look, but yours, so you, Derek, I can always, it never fails. Let me tell you something. One thing, you stay working. Let me tell you something. You's a working, okay? As my mama would say, as in the words of Edie Gray, you's a working somebody. Baby, let me tell you, I can always count on you for giving me a daily dose of inspiration and a daily dose of laughter. Like your impersonations, when you was at school with the kids, you went viral with your Michael Jackson impersonation. I mean, but one thing I can say, I always can go and get inspired. Whenever I'm laying on the couch, about to eat something, like some Haagen-Dazs or something, I'll just see you talking about some booked and busy. Movie and this. I be like this. My ass up. See, let me go to an audition. God damn. But that's good because you know what? We need people like that. We need people because it's easy to get distracted.
Very easy. It's so funny that you say that because, you know, my brother, my buddy, Elwood, he was on Facebook Live and he was talking about insecurities and his insecurities and how people get so discouraged because you want to be this and you want to be that and and you think that you're getting too old and you think that life is not treating you well. But again, it's about what you speak out your mouth. It's about what you believe. And everything is not meant to be at that moment. You have to realize that God gives us what we need at that time. And sometimes you got to go through a little bit of something because if you're not ready for it, why should he bless you with it? And then you're just going to lose it. That's like why so many people, you know, they win the lotto and then within a year they broke, don't have no money. So
financial literacy. We don't have the tools. We don't have the tools to be successful. It's almost, so, you know, in hindsight, I think about my life and I'm like, Dad, you know, I'm so glad I did not get a lot of things when I wanted it on my time. Because
that's right.
It would have perished. I'm gonna say that. It would have perished. But now
you weren't ready. You weren't ready.
I didn't understand first of all, I didn't even really get the brevity of what I was being blessed with, right? But then I didn't even understand the responsibility that I was charged with after the blessing came. Like I talk about it, my husband and I, we just successfully closed on a business venture that we have been he had really been pursuing.
Okay, well, congratulations. Okay, add another one up there. Add another one.
Okay. You know, and so for everyone else, you know, this is like 2 years in the making. This is 700 something days, hours and hours and hours of pursuit, of crying, of no money, of
that's
money,
right.
Of opportunity, of people, like a revolving door. It's almost like, how bad do you really want it? Is it?
How bad do you want it?
Like,
girl, let me tell you something. It's like this show, Talking with 3D, and then we're going to get back on track. You know, this is Real Talk for Real People, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we do. Listen, because there was a time, and my executive producer, Mike Lee, there was a time where I didn't know financially if I could do this every month. Mm-hmm. And he said, why don't you take some time off just so you can get some things together? And I said, no, because this is what I want to do. This is my passion. This is what I love to do. So therefore I knew, okay, I have to stop doing this over here. So that way I can do what I really want to do. And you have to zone in. You have to know what your passion is. You have to know that if God blessed you with something, you've got to know how to take care of that. And that's what the issue is. And that's what the problem is, that the fact that when he opens up them doors, a lot of times we let it shut right in our faces because of the fact we don't have the resources to do what we have to do.
You know, I was talking to my mother-in-law earlier. And so I was explaining to her about, you know, this platform and, you know, the opportunity and being here. And I said to her, I said, you know, I listened to one of Steve Harvey's YouTubes, and he talked about figuring out what your gift is and allowing your gift to fuel your passion. And so I was like, ooh, I didn't really think about your gift and your passion being different, because they can be or they can't, right? So it made me think, really, my passion, like, what is my passion? And I think I mentioned this on the interview also with 3D. You got to check that out. Plug. That, you know, my passion is people. My passion is servitude. I said, but what are my gifts? And I said, you know what? Don't overcomplicate this, Olivia. Like, this is God. See, God doesn't work in chaos and complication.
That's right.
It's none of that. So let me look at really, what is the gift? Like, what is my gift? My gift is my voice. My gift is the art of conversation. My gift is talking. I said, oh, it's that simple. So I'm gonna use the art of conversation to serve people. Where can I do that best? Is on platforms like this. So once I figured it out, and it was so simple, I was like, oh, life is not complicated. This is
simple. Right.
Talk and people. I'm gonna talk to people. This is, oh, I can do, look, let me go and do you understand what I mean?
Right.
But it took years. See, that's the thing. It took years trying to figure that out because I was trying to overcomplicate it. I was trying to do so many things.
Right.
But if I wake up every day and intentionally put it on my heart to serve people through dialogue, to serve people through action, I can do that.
You can do it. You can do it. Listen, I got to get us back on here because we're here to talk about hot topics and we don't went into therapy courses and everything like that. We want you to get something out of everything that what we do right here on Talkable 3D. But something that you did bring up, and I do want to talk about it real quick, is that I was on the Shade Room. So I was on the Shade Room because the fact I was doing Michael Jackson at the school that I work at, Bedford Elementary. Let me give them a little shout out, Bedford Elementary. The kids were singing "Man in the Mirror," and they said, Mr. Dixon, it'd be nice if you come out just like Michael Jackson and just have fun. The kids went crazy. They loved it, screaming and hollering. They had the best time. So the videos, there was a parent in the audience and videotaped it, and he did it because of the fact he actually loved it. He was like, wow, you know, a lot of times you go to the kids' concerts and it get boring and everything, but this was like a highlight of the concert. He videotaped it. It was on Instagram. His daughter said, hey, send that to the Shade Room. He got on the Shade Room, almost 3 million views. And let me tell you something. A lot of people made derogatory remarks and everything about it. But again, let me tell you what that meant to me. Because the fact that I want to have this platform. I want to be an actor. I want to be a host. I want to be on the red carpet. Everybody's not going to love what you do and who you are. Mm-hmm. But what that showed me is these things that we speak, that we are praying about, and we want to be blessed with. I took that as if you can't handle this, if you can't handle people talking about you, if you can't handle people dragging your name through the dirt, you are not ready. I laughed and I encouraged everything. When people were saying things, I went back and made positive remarks. I was so intrigued the fact that I was in the Shade Room.
Right.
I saw so many actors. I can't even name off the top of my head. So many actors and singers. Yeah. Chance the Rapper made some comments. I got Chance the Rapper talking about Derek Terrell Dixon.
That's the only thing that Michael Jackson. That's the only thing that matters.
Okay.
Hi, haters.
Hello. You're welcome.
Look, all press is press. Press is press is press is press. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent.
Right.
It's press. Boo. You had them talking. That's the only thing that matters.
Because now there's 3 million different people that don't know me that now know me.
And then they can be introduced to this beautiful platform.
And all you have to do now is tune into Talking with 3D every Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here on Plushwork TV. Now, how you like me now? Okay, I was like, hey, that was me.
Derek, baby, you was moving them hips.
I was getting it. I was in the moment.
And I couldn't even tell it was you. So that's the thing. You're all of that. I knew it was you. Like I had seen, and I had told you that I had seen it on social media. And I was like, I didn't know it was you until you told me. And when
my phone was blowing up. They were like, Derek, I think you're on social media and you're going viral. Is this you? And because I was in a play. I was in the play Chosen. I was in Delaware. And my phone was blowing up. And I'm like, I couldn't answer it. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And finally, when I was done, I looked and I was like, oh my goodness. And there I was.
Like a man smoking in the gas station. I'm about to blow up. Speaking of blowing, did you see the Martin reunion? Did you see that?
I did. Now I have some mixed reviews about the Martin review. I'm about to spill the tea. So listen, I was so glad to see them all together, and condolences to, because we don't have Tommy Ford with us anymore.
Yeah.
And, he was such a big part of the Martin show. However, I thought Tisha Campbell was a little extra.
She always is. She always has been to me.
I was like, can you let somebody else talk and have their say so? And Martin was very laid back. Tish, Tashina Arnold. A lot of times she's the one that's kind of, not extra, but she's the loud one. But she was laid back. But Tisha, to me, she was just too extra. I was like, this is not about you.
To me,
I think to me, when the rumors, allegedly the rumors of the, them, Martin and her having the bad blood for a while, and then she was not on the show. I think she was trying to make up for that. That's what I think. I don't know. But I felt like she was trying too hard to show everybody that her and Martin were okay.
Well, because, it could get real messy when we bring the hubby into this. I think that, all of that back then had a lot to do. That was heavily influenced as naturally. It's your husband.
Yeah.
Naturally it should be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your husband, he smells something, he sees something, maybe he knows something, whatever that was. But she's always been that to me. It's just like some people, I just cannot put my hand on it, but it's like, calm down, boo.
Calm down. Let us enjoy this moment.
Let's bring it down, Gina. Just.
It's like, damn, Gina.
Even when I seen her and Tashina host the Soul Train Awards, and stuff
it
like
was
that.
Extra.
It's something about it, and that's just who she is.
Right. Even her movements, everything are just.
But some people are just always
camera ready. Now, as an actress, I think she kills it. Yeah. I always gave her credit as playing Gina. I always said she was like the Black female Lucille Ball, because I thought her timing, everything was so on point. She played that role. Every one of them. The Martin show, the Martin Lawrence show, I'm telling you, hands down, one of my favorite shows to ever watch. I mimicked a lot of things that I would do after Martin.
And I don't think he even really, and of course, when you're creating, right? That's the powerful thing about it, is when you're creating, right? And you're creating authentically. You're creating from your heart. I really truly believe that show was from your heart. When you're doing that, you're coming from a different place, right? And you're not really concerned that much with a lot of what people think, because you're really being authentic and true. When you come from that place and you set that foundation deep, like he has submitted himself in Black cultural comedy history by that show. And that show, like even now, like my kids, we are able to enjoy and watch Martin. When you think about all of the movies and all of the stories, the Wayans brothers, I just think about all the people that came after him that mimic and reference the show, how he mimicked and referenced what was going on in the world. I always think about my favorite episode. My favorite episode is when his CD had gone missing, and he was all of them together with the Black, and he had the fake dog, like the New Jack City scene. Baby, let me tell you something. The funniest. And till this day, and see, that's the thing. So that's the thing. That's how you know that you've created a genius body of work. Yes. That till this day, I can watch every episode and laugh. I laugh harder.
Yes. And that episode that you're talking about, they were supposed to have a real dog. And they did not have a real dog. They had that dog there. And that's what Martin Lawrence, as a genius, did to that episode.
Because it was a satire. He was actually probably making fun of the fact that they were supposed to have a real, even though we didn't know that. That was was like him probably coming at his crew for messing
it up. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, listen. This is my homage to the Martin Show. This is one of my favorite episodes that I have watched as well. So listen, we're going to take a quick break. Watch this. Go follow me also on TikTok. Derek D. Dixon 66 on TikTok.
Yes.
You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back. We just got a couple more things to talk about, and we're going to be out of here. But we're right here on Talking with 3D. I'm here with OC Plug.
Hey, guys.
Now, get your vocal skills together. Do you need practice first? Do you need that?
Thanks, Pam.
Now get the blowing.
Oh, McDonald.
Cut! You don't believe that. You don't feel that. With soul.
Thank you. Oh, McDonald had a farm. E-I-E-I-O.
And on that farm.
Now you done gone.
No, you done gone too far. You done gone too far.
Wait a minute.
What?
Look, Shanae, keep Pam out of it. I'm the one who wants the tickets. Let me do something. Make me do something.
Oh, please. All right, okay. All right, I'm always tired of you coming in the hallway. Let's stop it. Let's stop it. Break it up.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back right here on Talking with 3D. Once again, please make sure that you go follow me on Derek D. Dixon 66 on TikTok. I'm telling you, you will be entertained all day long. I love doing me some characters, and I love me some Martin, and that's why I wanted to show you just a little bit of what I do. I love doing the different characters, and that's where I got that from. Listen, let's talk a little bit because the BET Awards are on and are been on and off and everything. And if you still want to watch, I'm pretty sure that you can go back and see the BET Awards. But the one thing I want to know, because first off, OC, being a now mature gentleman in life, I did not recognize half them people that was on them BET Awards. I had to Google people. The one girl, I said, so many people trying to mimic Beyonce and sing like Beyonce and everything. I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on with Kanye West. I mean, it's been a while since we've even understood Kanye. But what in the world is going on with Kanye?
I don't even, so let me start from the top. So I love Lizzo coming out in the beginning with About Damn Time in the gold. I love the beautiful hues of blackness she showed in the shapes and colors, and then she showed all my mans. Yes, she did.
And Lizzo to me needs more credit. That woman, she's talented.
She's very, and I love.
I have to give it up to Lizzo.
The flute playing in the beginning, I love. I love that they opened that up. It kind of was reminiscent.
Yes.
And I truly believe some of my favorite BET moments is when Monique hosted. You remember when Monique used to host?
I loved when Monique,
homage to Beyonce.
Yes, to Beyonce was one of my favorite openings ever on the BET shows.
Ever.
The best. Monique had hands down the best opening. Yes, she did.
She shifted hosting. When she did that.
And let me tell you something. She shifted hosting and she shifted how Beyonce, when all of a sudden, remember Beyonce had the plus size women in her
video
as dancers and everything for her shows. From
you
Monique.
know who else did that? My girl Janet. I went to when she did her last concert. Remember, she had to cancel because she was pregnant, and then she did a concert. I saw her here at it's now the Capital One Center, but it was a Verizon Center back then. And she had women all different ages, sizes, shapes, and colors. But baby, it was this one girl. But she was a choreographer.
Oh, yes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Fire.
Yes.
For fire. But anyway, back to the BT. So I have to say, yes, so music is changing. Music is shifting.
It is. It is.
I feel like I'm in the phase, and I'd be like, "What in the holy what? What is that? Like,
what is going on?" Because even when Kirk Franklin came out and he sang that new song, but when Melodies
Maverick,
yes, but when Melodies from Heaven came, when he started singing that,
you knew that.
Okay, I got that. I know that part. And then I was like, "Oh, okay, hey."
You was here with it. well, like he said, you know what? I really did like what he said when he was talking about passing the baton and just respecting the talent that's coming up. It's changing. It is changing. It's shifting. I have to give it up to my girl Lotto. Like I do, I like Lotto. I got sunshine on me all the time. You know what I'm saying? But I really I like her artistry personally. Right. I just like her. She won what is it, the Breakout Star or New Artist. She won a New Artist Award. Now, someone that I slept on, I didn't really know a lot about was Dolce. She performed to, I was Dolce. I actually pulled her up on iTunes, or no plug for iTunes, but I pulled her up on my musical playlist, and I started listening to her music because I loved her visuals. I loved what she was doing. She was different for me. I was like, so I like to credit BET for bringing about that new talent, because Pink Sweats came out of that for me. Ella Mai came out of that. When they do their new artistry, I love how they pay the homages to the people that are the advocates and activists in their communities. Right. They bring them out to light. One of my favorite, the Diddy dedication, it could have been 1,000 times better when it comes to sound. Yes. Yeah. It sucked, and then it sucked on sound, but I like that they touched. I like that Jodeci came out. I was looking for Mace. But let me tell you, when Sean came out, because Sean is now the Prime Minister of Belize. Okay. He's the Prime Minister of Belize. Now, let me say, Sean was a gangster that served. That's the one who did allegedly. The time for Diddy for that gun charge back in the day. And he is now the Prime Minister of Belize. He came out. I was looking for a little bit more, but he had the locks to come out. I thought it was great. Mary came out. I thought it was great, but Kanye. Yeah, I know that Kanye has been going through. You see my face, Derek? Yeah, and I'm like, this the whole get up and everything. I'm just like, breathe. The global, just everybody. If we could just take just 30 seconds, and we're done. All right. Listen, do you think? Do you think Lil Nas X was deliberately shunned from the BET Awards? Of course. Well, yeah, because look what he did last year. You remember what he did last year? Well, he was like naked and all kinds of stuff on stage. So let me tell you, so I always get into this conversation, people. We have the person and we have the artist, right? I don't know Lil Nas X. I don't know what he does in his personal life, but as far as his artistry, freedom of expression, freedom of, what is that? The First Amendment. You have our First Amendment rights, creativity and stuff like that. Now, as far as the creativity that is he puts into his artistry, I can appreciate that. I can appreciate the creativity because it's very quick. I mean, the music aside, but the visuals he decides to pull you in on, very captivating. Like, I'm not going to BS you, right? But of course, all of the big wigs, the powers that be in our Black cinema community, shut him down. They was like, do it and we won't rock with you, BET, probably. Yeah, not today. They was like, not today. Not this year. And the thing is this, is that, I am not, not so a Lil Nas fan, Lil Nas X, I should say, Lil Nas X fan. The only thing I like about him is his creativity. No, I'm not going out and downloading your music or buying your music or anything like that. And that's nothing, again, like that's a generational thing. That your music is not for me. Right. But I think you're very creative. Me too. I do think you're very creative. So keep being creative, but you're like you say, your artistry is not for everybody. So we just have to listen. We got to move on because I don't want to run out of time. But listen, fashion. Let's talk about the fashion lately here, and it's been such a big deal. The men's hoochie shorts, and really the men's hoochie shorts are just back. The basketball players, that's all they wear are the men hoochie shorts. You look at the when Akeem, all the Lakers, that's all they wore was those men hoochie shorts. Them shorts, them tube socks, the sweatbands. That was the thing. And you know who shifted that? Michael Jordan was the one who came with the long basketball shorts, because Jordan was the one who did the basketball shorts. He was doing the jewelry, chewing bubble gum. He shifted it. See, that's what catalysts, right? Game changers, pioneers, people that shift your being, your thinking, you know, the way we move, and we commerce, agriculture. Like, we have these people all over the place that really come along, and they are authentic. They're just living their authentic self, regardless of what people think, regardless of what people say. They show up, right? They master their craft. They show up, and they leave you with no option but to accept them.
Yes. Yeah.
They leave you with no option. He shifted that. Michael Jordan shifted basketball.
Right. Yeah.
The attire, like, right? But do you have any? Let me just get right to it, because the people want to know. I'm asking the burning desire. Do you got the hoochie men hoochie shorts?
Okay.
Do you?
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I got my hoochie shorts, and I'm going to wear my hoochie shorts proud and loud. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got to get out of here. I want to thank OC Flow so much, girl. We have such a good time, and y'all, we're gonna be doing this more than once. So please make sure that you tune in to Talking with 3D, because we are going to be sipping the coffee and spilling the tea right here with OC Flow. Look at this one. At the last minute, we're going to try to get in on my show. But I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in. Thank you, OC Flow. I love you.
Well,
and we will see you soon. Thank you for tuning in. I will see you guys soon next week right here on Plushwork TV, 7 p.m. every Wednesday. Have a good evening. OC, love you.
Love you, baby.
When you're feeling down and like your world's moving slow, just remember your race. You lose at your pace when marching towards your goals. And brighter than the stars. Don't take impossible. Nothing is impossible. You're brighter than the stars. An angel, 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 soaring like an eagle, eagle, eagle. Nothing is impossible. Don't take impossible. You're brighter than the stars.